Well, hello, and you're welcome back to Gmodism. We're back for some more Gimle battles, and here we are having a very interesting design from Omicron Mark 1. So, Omicron has built this really beautiful stone brick with some defensive measures here. I do believe these are civs systems that look like American miniguns. Very beautiful. In any case, we have a sandblasting system. We got a mix of different shells. I checked it a little bit quickly here that it doesn't break the rules, but do know that even if I don't find any rule breaks when I do my quick initial check, if I find a hard rule break later, I will disqualify a ship from the official bracket and put it in the unofficial battles and remove it from the official brackets if it does a hard rule break, even if I miss it in the first screening. But the rules are pretty simple and pretty clear, so I shouldn't miss that. But just saying. So, anyways, we have some beautiful turrets here. We have APS properly set up with ejection defuses. Here we can see it's actually stone, and it's unintentionally very good for, well, this battle. It's unintentionally great since stone doesn't spread fire, and stone is a very cheap cover material that has a lot of health points and is pretty fireproof. So the Gimle laser will have a little big problem of melting this thing. Good for Omicrons, because the UCS Sanctuary is a very fun Egyptian, I think, inspired design. You can see here, here is where you spawn on this little slab, and you're kind of spawning in front of this pyramid where we have two people praying, and it looks like they have, like, I don't know, reptilian tails. So I suppose there are two reptilians praying to a pyramid. Isn't that nice? That's as far as it goes for the interiors. We have cram mortars on this thing, which will be worrying, and then we have a sandblasting system. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this works, because this should be some pretty darn good armor in terms of, well, how stuff like this works. Good armor. Alright. So we have these sandblasting. Oh, they are targeting the cram cannon. Look at that. They're just melting through here. We're gonna follow these. Oh, look at that. You see him dropping? You see him dropping? Oh, yeah. Our UCS Sanctuary does have projectile avoidance. It dips down and it uses these propellers, so it can work in water too, even though it dips into water. That's so smart. It has pretty good projectile avoidance. Or to avoid our mortars when we're going up and down, though. Not that our mortars are very scary, because they are not. In any case, the battle is ongoing. The laser is trying to target. So it's a really funny thing. The Omicron's UCS Sanctuary has this really funny, like, beacons straight out of Minecraft. That's just beaming, I don't know, force to itself. How that even works, I'm not sure. So, pretty bulky turret designs here. That's probably pretty smart. The Gimle is down to 93, 97, and the Omicron is at 98. So it's slightly in the lead. But we never know what's gonna happen, because the Gimle is known for fighting while despawning too. Oh, we got our first big hit with a cram. And that did some serious damage, but we are having a lot of bulk here in the UCS Sanctuary, so I think it can take that. All right. We got more crams. Oh, they're missing. The projectile avoidance is doing a pretty good job. Let's see what's happening here over at the Gimle. Oh, they have drilled a big hole straight through the Gimle here. We need to pause and check this out. So, they have been drilling at our ammo. at our laser systems and went through here. Okay. They've been drilling a little bit up here too, but we don't have as important things here. This laser is completely gone though. And ooh, now we are, look at that. Now we are drilling at the cram cannon. So, look at that. The cram cannon is seriously damaged here. Alright. Now let's see those sieves systems in action here. Look at that. That was a decoy cram though. We're gonna see how well they deal with, you look at that, they're trying to deal with that cram. And it completely missed. We have some pretty nice projectile avoidance systems here on the UCS Sanctuary. Alright. We're sandblasting away. I'm kind of surprised that my mortars for once actually provide some useful damage. Now we have cramps incoming again here. Oh, looks like all of them missed. Yeah, the Sanctuary is at 97%, and the Gimle is down to 92. So it is clearly in the lead here. Look at that swarm. Just completely missing. We're gonna follow these blastings. I kinda want to see if our Arcaballista Invictus fires here. I'm just gonna... Because these... Oh, look at that! Man! Now we got the spawn from that, but they actually... The lambs actually deleted one of our... They actually deleted one of our Arcaballista Invictus shells. That you have to be really quick to deal with them. They're just so quick. Now it kind of looks like the crams have been able to go through here a little bit. Oh, look at that. The Gimle crams are damaged enough that some of them are out-takeable with the sieves and laser systems there. The sieves laser system is doing a pretty good job, but of course this bulky armor is doing an even better job. Having stone cover wood like this is a very cost-effective HP sponge, definitely. Yeah, it dodges more rams here. But now we can see that the laser has gone through and started a little fire there. I think that a lot of people have overestimated how much damage the fire update would deal to especially wooden-based crafts. So it's not actually that much. Man, look at that. The pack is actually delivering some seriousness. Right. Now we're having some slower stuff. Did one of Gimle's turrets get shot off, or what happened here? This turret is definitely offline. Look at that. Technically it might be able to fire a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, the Gimle is starting to have some serious damage, definitely. Or just want to see, because I feel that the Arcaballista Invictus is the only things that are probably able to damage the Gimle seriously, but for some reason we get hooked up to another gun whenever we kinda... Yeah. When we missed that shot to follow. Sieve system is working. try and shoot down the Gimle's crams, but seriously, that projectile avoidance system does everything here. It's so effective at not getting itself damaged. You can see we're shooting some of those crams like completely off. That would be very extremely lucky to be able to hit. It looks like the Gimle is going to get its ass handed to itself very much. Luckily the AI hasn't been targeted, but I feel for the Gimle they're focusing a little too long on the same spot. Let's see, what are we focusing on now? Ooh, that was kind of the AI though. That was so close. You can see this cram just completely off. It's just bobbing up and down. Impossible. Look at that. 82 versus 94 percentages. Looks like the first battle is going to be won by the UCS Sanctuary. The laser is somehow semi-online. Supposedly whenever the lamps aren't too active. I do feel that for this battle, the Arquebalista Invictuses are probably doing most of the heavy lifting in terms of dealing a lot of damage. Again, the Goletta turret is probably doing a good job too. Whoa, that's a lot of blocks getting shredded off there. It looks like a section of the outer armor, very good bulk to protect, kinda got destroyed there. And it looks like these front cannons don't really have ejectors for those ammo clips. But they're kind of serial reacting and just doing a lot of damage. Look at that. And the lamps are targeting a completely off mortar shot. Oh, here we have some serious damage in the front here. Are you absolutely like I'll be very surprised if the Gimle is able to turn this battle around, but it has happened before, so you never know. I wonder what would have happened if the UCS Sanctuary's damage dealing turrets doubled as Civ's turrets, so it could focus its entire firepower against shooting at cram shells. Then maybe none of the damage deal a Gimle is trying to deal would get through, since the lambs would probably be able to deal with the few APS shells we're throwing at it. There you can see it can take it out long distance. And that's because the cram cannon is damaged. The HP of that shell is now much lower than it was in the beginning of it. It produces bad shells. But the Sanctuary is producing a lot of good shells, but look at this. The Gimle is so lucky to have shields like this. Because whenever they are active, so much less damage is being dealt. New holes have been drilled. Just have to check. It's gonna be, oh, we're just hovering above the AI here because we just want to see. They're just drilling dangerously close to the AI here. Oh, look at that. No, they're drilling close to the AI, but they're just focusing a little too long for the Gimle. Like, they're just digging a lot, but digging at nothing. Alright. 74% is the Gimle down to, and the Sanctuary is still at 91. It's looking good for it. It probably floats too, so even if we shoot down the enemy, like the engine systems, it will probably sit in the water and just not die just because it sinks. Because I don't think it will sink, it has so much wood on it. Contrary to popular belief, stone is only as heavy as metal. Which isn't very heavy in this weird physics game. Alright. The Gimle's damage dealing capability is seriously handicapped. I'm kind of surprised. It seems that the Civ's turret is doing a lot of the heavy lifting too. It together with the Vigoletta system, they're just mashing through here. Look at that. That turret is now completely gone. And now we're drilling between two arcaballistas. Very interesting. And the LAM system is desperately trying to deal with those mortars. But I do feel in this case, the Gimle would have fared a lot better if the laser were just dealing damage instead. Look at that. Looks like the laser has started some fire inside of there. Oh. The superstructure is starting to not hang on too tightly. Our diff rods are definitely offline by now. Alright. Things are... like this battle, like it has stagnated a bit, yes? Like, the Gimle is at 63%. It really looks like it will lose. But it's still dealing damage. Like, it's unlikely, but it's still possible for the Gimle to win. Too many weapon systems are online here. Like, if it gets some lucky hits with those crams, they're probably going to do a pretty good job, but this projectile avoidance system, it's not infallible or anything like that, but it almost kinda is. It does a really good job at dodging. So, oh, what, are you kidding me? Tiny damage, but the cram shell jumped, bounced on the water and hit it in. That's too funny. I think the Sanctuary is doing a pretty good job. I think it will have fair chances in the tournament when we pitch some of the winners against each other. Well, assuming this wins the next battle, which we don't have any idea about. But it has those sandblasting metrics, and I think that could deal pretty good damage against many of those really like the 10 Commandments. It's just providing a lot of yes, spread out over a big area. Yeah, I should make a sandblaster oriented design sometime. So the Omicron is at 90% and the Gimle is down to 58. I'll be highly surprised if the Gimle turns this around. Highly surprised. Look, it actually nagged a little bit on the AI here. That's too nice. Should have nagged a little bit more. If it wanted to win, that is. Well, we can pretty much conclude that the Gimle will not win this battle. Look how it looks like. It's down to 57%. If anything else would happen, I'll check in again, but most likely we will be moving on to the next battle. Here we are, the next battle. So, what will happen during this little battle? Will the Sanctuary win this battle too? Post your comment now before the battle is over. If your bets are on the Omicron UCS Sanctuary, or if you are Team Gimle, even though we lost the first battle. So, we'll see how many of you had right in the... well, I won't know, because I won't see when you post this comment. This is not live. Live? That's on Twitch, by the way, if you wanna see us live. Also, huge thanks to all our commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism and those who are supporting us via Patreon. Yes, that's the commissioned officers. And also, the Ecclesiarch of Gmodism, those that joined the YouTube channel. Look at that, that's not a pretty good hit. That just dealt secondary frag damage. Well, in any case... If you do support the channel from like 99 cents or something per month, that was the minimum level I could set. I would set it to even lower if I could. No, it's snagging at the cram now. Anyways, I would set it at even lower if I could, but that was the minimum level. And if you do support the channel with that quite small but even significant amount, if many people does it, you know, then it will be a big support if many people does it. You know, 99 cents is 99 cents. And if you do that, you'll get early access to all of the videos, because you will get access to them when I upload them. You don't need to wait for my regular schedule. So usually, maybe I record like 2 Gimle battles in a row, and then I like upload them and schedule them. And if you're a YouTube member, Ecclesiarch that is, you will get access to them when I upload them. That's the cool thing. In any case, the Omicron is at... No, not the Omicron. Omicron's UCS Sanctuary. UCS Sanctuary, she is at 98%, and the Gimle is at 94%. So we're seeing a small but significant lead. I want to follow this thing because I want to see... Look at that. Ooh! That's too funny. Oh! Now it dodges a lot of shots. Very good for it. Yeah, it's definitely having a lead here, and it just dodges those cram shells so beautiful, and it of course has shields. So it deflects 30% of the shots as well. Yeah, I really feel that Gimle would have a lot better chance during these battles if I disconnected the lambs. But I tested Gimle against itself, and when it comes to the Gimle versus the Gimle, it does better with its lambs. And if you're wondering why would I deactivate its lambs, well, go watch Building a Superior Battleship, which is building the Gimle. But in any case, a little bit shortly, I found out that connecting the lambs and the lasers to the same system is very smart. So that's what we did. But the bad part with doing that is that the Gimle won't deal damage with its laser as long as it does protect itself using the lambs. Alright. Locked onto the wrong thing. Now we're gonna lock on to these sand gravel coming in here. They are definitely aiming at a very effective place, shooting around those turrets. Look at that cram cannon. Both these cram cannons are already damaged. It's doing a good job. 90 versus 97. And we saw two of the arqueballistas popping in there and going through. Very interesting. They're so quick that it's hard to see them when you don't notice when they shoot, because they just blip by. I don't know how many max of speed the arqueballista Invictus does, but it's a pretty fast one. Ooh. Ram damage. Very interesting indeed. Well, we think we know which direction this battle will go, but you never know. And here you can see the Gimle actually has... I don't know if it has its... It actually has its light activated and the smokestacks. Maybe if only the Gimle does that, maybe it doesn't like too much, but I did forbid the lights and smokestacks to be online for the official submissions. And if you're wondering why Gimle doesn't follow its own rules now by having its lights and smokestacks online, well, that's because I updated the Gimle because its decals got removed. So I put the decals on Google Drive and I updated the Gimle, and then I forgot to save the Gimle version specifically for the battles with the things turned off. But it's not much as much of a deal now, because of course my new computer handled these battles a little bit better. Like, we're running the game speed at like 70-ish%, which is good enough for this type of battle. I don't think turning on these two smokestacks would much. But on my old system, it did a big difference. But I do think that video screens and things like that definitely lag much more, and that we of course do not have activated. Alright. Sanctuary, she's at 93%. Gimle is at 85. So it's very likely that we will be able to say very much congratulations to Omicron after this battle. See the fire just starting there by the laser. It's pretty cool. Doing some afterwards damage. It would be pretty cool if, when we recorded battles like this, that we had some, you know, those little tiny damage metrics that kind of would pop up in the upper right corner, telling how much damage. It would be beautiful if it was a little indicator under each ship name to kind of just tell how much damage they have been dealt and what type. Could be pretty cool. Just seeing this fire damage adding up. Alright. Just starting small fires all over the place. Now the Gimle's laser is online, which is very good for the Gimle, but it can potentially turn things around. We've seen the Gimle's laser doing that before. So it is a very scary thing. Very scary. Looks like it's now using its lamps instead and dealing less damage. It's probably the mortars that are mostly draining the lamps. It's a really smart idea to have mortars draining like if sieves and lamps. Very smart. They're desperately trying to clean up those mortars. Oh, we shed some smaller turrets here on the Gimle side. I wanna see if this shell Oh no! It bounced! Well, that happens too. Alright. Laser is online a little bit. Should target hot blocks, so if it can dig at some shields, which are probably on turrets, it can be a very good thing for the game. Well, it doesn't look like the Gimle does have a big chance here. 91 versus 79 percentages. We never know though. We've been surprised before. But that's probably just wishful thinking by now, Gmodism. Wishful thinking on Gmodism. Right. Damaged turrets, not very that far. Like, these battles are so sluggish, but I do feel that both the Gimle and the Sanctuary is delivering pretty consistently. It's like, it seems to be... The Sanctuary seems to be a really good built and well-built ship, that it seems to not provide many surprises. It just delivers, and it's so consistent at dodging those crams that I do not think that this battle is that much up to luck. Like, the most exciting battles are those that are high on luck, where both of the crafts are, of course, able to very much kill each other. But here it looks like the Sanctuary is delivering consistently above the Gimle's level. It's going up and down, it's dodging those crams, it seems to be very redundant, so it hasn't been fatally wounded during this or the last battle. It's just love seeing this projectile avoidance system, it's pretty cool. Very interesting. But the Omicron is down to 88%, so the lead is not as significant. Looks like... Oh, it's because one of the big turrets here, the base it was standing on, seems to have been sniped by one of the arquebalistas. Most likely. Yeah, look at that. Just having a shell coming in here and just zoop. That's such a lucky shot. So sad we didn't catch that. That would have been real fun. See in action. Alright. 10 minutes in-game battle. We're providing a pretty consistent FPS, and the game speed is almost at full. We can clearly see that the Gimle's laser is seriously damaged. You see how slow it burns now. Also, the damage was of course cut in half with the fire update. So there is also that. 71 versus 88. Let's check the status of the Gimle here. Oh, it's tilting. Look at that. So many azipods have been very much damaged. Look at that. The Gimle's side-to-side propellers are just struggling a little. Wow. Rams are just so damaged. The Gimle is looking like a Swiss cheese by now. I'm just surprised it deals any damage at all. Of course, it seems pretty impossible that the Gimle would turn this around. But I must say, it's doing a pretty good job at staying alive. Mostly thanks to the Gimle's extreme bulk. But look at that! Those two front turrets? That means that the main AI... Oh, damn. Look at that. The general AI has been shot out. So, the auxiliary AI controlling the lasers is still alive. And the stern cannon AI is online. But man, those two frontal main batteries are very much dead now. That's very interesting. It is rare we see someone shoot out Gimle's AI, especially after those small shields putting in front of them of wood and what are they called? Those big things, duct holes. You see them in front of them. Just act as an HP sponge. Well, it was very, very, very cool that the Omicron targeted just the AI there. If it would have targeted it a little bit longer, it would probably have just killed the Gimle some time ago. Right. 62 versus 87. To be honest, this battle is very grindy and very slugfesty. It's feeling a bit slow, and then I did jump over some sections, just letting it sit for a tiny bit. Well, I'm really surprised that the Gimle is even at a combatable state due to its 60% of health. Well, the slugfest is continuing, and I do really feel that the results delivered by the Sanctuary is so stable. Like, I do think even if we run this battle a third time just to check it, see how it does, I don't think we would get any other results. So I do think we will be satisfied with best of 3 as usual, and we're not gonna check how it would be just for fun, because I do feel that the Sanctuary, she's just delivering so reliably. Look, now we got the 15-minute mark too. It just delivers so reliably that I definitely feel that it will be the same results again. The Sanctuary is great at dodging Gimle's shots. And the 15-minute mark was already passed, which means of course that the UCS Sanctuary will feel very much congratulated. It did definitely successfully beat the Gimle in single combat best of 3. Which means that the Sanctuary gets dumped into the winners folder. Very nice. Well, as Gimle is 1% away from despawning, and the Sanctuary is doing a good job as always, I will just say huge thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you should definitely do that. The Gimle open submission is open for a while more, so if you have any designs you definitely want to submit, then you should definitely do so. In any case, thanks a lot for tuning in. We are 0.4% away from losing, and with that, we'll of course reach the proper level. But with that, I'll say thanks a lot for watching. Remember, you can support the channel if you want to, otherwise I'll see you next time. This is your host, Gmodism, and we are officially signing out.